Welcome to the Real Estate Conversation Podcast. In this episode, we're going to discuss Gozo. Gozo is the sister island of Malta. It is known as the hidden gem in the Mediterranean. Very small population of 37,000 people, a ripe property market, and today we're going to look at the return on investment. What is available for Maltese to buy? And, of course, we're looking at what's available for foreign buyers. The conversation is very interesting to understand where the market is heading. We believe that the Gozo market is still ripe in the sense that the market is still viable to buy as a second home due to the price difference between Malta and Gozo. And anyway, we're going to get into this conversation. We're going to discuss. I have Michael Gaia with me, who is a Gozo entrepreneur. He came into the Remax network about 12 years ago. He invested in one office, Remax Affiliates Property Center in Victoria, and recently just opened the second office in Mgarr. He's been working in the business for, like I said, 12 years. And then I have Edith Camilleri as well with me. She is the office manager of both of the real estate offices in Gozo, the Remax offices. And we're going to hear from experts. So very interesting. Looking forward to having discussion. And see you on the other side. Thank you. So, what are the unique selling points in purchasing a second home or a rental investment in Gozo?
Gozo is part of the Maltese archipelago. On one side, we have Malta, which is the mainland. Malta is the bigger island with a population of around 500,000, with a booming economy, thriving in the markets like the gaming industry, financial services, and the pharmaceutical industry. Malta is a big opportunity for employment. On the other hand, we have Gozo, which is separated just with a 25-minute ferry journey, much smaller, approximately 1/3 the size of Malta, with a population of just 30,000 people, meaning less than 6% of the national population. Gozo is a totally different island. As soon as you set your foot on Gozo, you realize how pleasant the island is. Free from traffic, picturesque. We have lovely beaches, villages not connected to each other, so that gives a breathing space. Gozo has a lot of characteristics. It has historical locations. Just to mention two, we have Ggantija Temples, which date thousands of years. And we have the Citadel, which is a fortress towering the capital city of Victoria.
As Michael well said, the minute you step on the island, you feel that it is different. It's obviously less populated than Malta, so you already feel the openness of the space. Michael has mentioned a lot of characteristics of the island, but I also have to mention the fact that the island itself hosts a lot of cultural activities, which is very sought after by both the locals and people who cross from the mainland. We also have two main theaters on the island that host productions of operas and they are very, very well attended. When you talk about the Gozo villages, we are talking about proper villages that are still separate from one to the other, where one village starts and the other ends. There's fields between them. And each village has its own characteristics. And there's a sense of community within the villages, which gives a sense of peace. Crime, obviously, on the island is almost non-existent. So all these pluses, plus the property is much cheaper on the island than Malta, makes Gozo an opportunity for the investor.
How would you describe the property market?
The property market in Gozo definitely is good, like Malta. Malta, right now, our islands, we're passing from a boom in our economy, which is reflected in the property sales. 2018, Gozo experienced a high number of sales, and which are also being reflected in 2019. Gozo is an opportunity for the Maltese investors today, especially for the second home buyers. Gozo, with its characteristics and its distinctiveness, has a lot to offer. But one point I would like to mention here, and maybe we can open a bit of a discussion on it, is the pricing of property in Gozo. Properties in Gozo are more decently priced. What you pay in Gozo for a house, in Malta, probably you could buy an apartment. Okay. So that is a situation where it's creating even more opportunities for us there.
Yes, that's true. As you said, Michael, the economy in Gozo has a feel-good factor at the moment. We saw this coming from 2018. We were proactive about it, and that's why we opened a second office to better service the demand. We have also increased the number of agents and focused on giving them good training, so we are prepared to give the service to the clients, which we are very well known for. Our clients are, I would safely say, probably more than 50% Maltese. Wow. The market is diverse. We don't focus on one particular segment of property. Gozo has variety of properties to offer. We will talk about that a bit later on, maybe. So there's a property for every budget, shall we say. We discuss the budgets, and we always find something that.
But if I were to purchase a property, what are people buying most? I mean,
mostly, I think apartments are sold in Gozo, but houses are really sought after.
So the farmhouses,
yes, farmhouses and houses of character are very sought after. Very sought after. Apartments, there's also a good supply. There's also a very good supply of apartments. However, houses of character and farmhouses, there is a limited supply. So we are always trying to source this sector so that we will have enough properties on our books. So when the clients come to see this particular type of properties, we are well prepared. But yes, very much people still look for the old farmhouse.
Yeah. And the probability is, as we said a bit before, that prices in Gozo are more decently priced. So you really get value for money when you purchase a property in Gozo. I think, and another factor which is contributing a lot to the sales of property is the reduction in taxes towards Gozo.
And what is that?
The purchase tax today in Gozo to purchase a property is just 2% for the buyer, as opposed the 5%,
the 5% which is on Malta. Yeah. So that's a very big incentive.
It's a very big incentive.
It did help a lot. It did help a lot.
Especially probably on the low budgets, I think.
Of course, because somebody with a low budget, that makes a big difference, paying 2% tax rather than 5%. So that was a very good incentive, and still is. Hopefully will stay for a bit.
Yeah.
How is the rental market in Gozo? What is it like?
Here is where we are seeing the big boom again. Just to give you an idea, back in 2016, we were operating with just one agent in the office. However, since we're always monitoring the market and the requests started increasing, the smart thing to do was to increase our agents. We expanded. So now we have 4 agents who are very busy, I must say. The requests keep coming in. Our percentage from in the last couple of years, I would say it has grown to close to 300%.
Wow. Okay.
So that goes to show you the shift in this market. Huge demand. And we have a selection of demands that would require that we're very much on top of the market, because you have residential requests, and then you have the commercial request, and this is mostly even from foreigners.
Okay.
So we have foreigners who are setting up retail or even catering.
Okay.
So we need to specialize in those fields as well. And we have helped a lot of businesses set up business, and they're successful now. And this is helping the Gozo economy to move. And
the Gozo rental market works a bit different than the Maltese rental market. On one hand, where you have the Maltese rental market, which is more focused on the demand of foreigners working in Malta. As we know, the Maltese population in the last 3 to 5 years increased by 50 to 70,000. This created a huge demand in the property in Malta, so that's how the rental market hovers here. On the other hand, as well, Edith explained, the rental market in Gozo is distinct from the Maltese market, but it has its strengths also.
Okay.
yes, I have to ask, even the return on investment is not as high as in Malta. However, the advantage is that you can get a much cheaper property on Gozo.
Looking at capital appreciation, how is our properties rising as high as Maltese in Gozo, or is it, what is the difference?
No, I wouldn't say so. Obviously, the price fluctuations in Malta are higher because the demand for properties in Malta is much larger. In these last 5 years, and I'm quoting a KPMG survey, in the last 5 to 6 years, property prices in Malta increased over 50%.
Mm-hmm.
This did not happen in Gozo. In Gozo, properties increase, but in a more prudent manner.
Okay.
What is important for the investor is that when a person purchases property in Gozo, he can rest assured that the price does not depreciate.
Yeah.
It continues going up steadily, a bit slower than Malta, yes, but that works like an insurance for the investor.
And keeps its affordability.
Exactly.
And that's great. Yeah. And what kind of nationalities do you have coming to Gozo?
Well, we have mostly European nationalities, mainly German, French, and Swiss. However, we have also been working with expats living in the Middle East, who have been looking and purchasing property for second homes or as a rental investment. So this is a market we are working on as far as foreigners go, and we're seeing this on the increase. So we're always being geared up for.
So you say Germans are the most, or you have Germans, British?
At the moment, the British market is what it is. So there's a bit of uncertainties what's going to happen, and
this Brexit issue, right?
The Brexit issue is still hovering above us.
So there's uncertainty.
Yes, although there are people who want to purchase, but because of unanswered questions and uncertainties, somebody who is going to purchase a home, it's probably the biggest investments in their lives. So they would be extra cautious. So we'll wait and see what happens.
The truth is this, right now, our best clients are the Maltese clients.
I have to agree.
Probably just the Maltese contribute to more than 50% of our performance there.
Yes.
Which is a good sign.
It is an
It
important
is a good sign that the economy is good.
And your opening statement saying 17% of the Maltese are purchasing their second home in Gozo is really true.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's great. So you have developments, and then you have more luxury developments, and you have SDAs. So what is there available for foreigners?
SDA projects in Gozo are relatively new. We have a number, which we'll go into detail, but in my opinion, they definitely create an opportunity. They create an opportunity because they open a segment for us, which without these type of projects, we cannot tap it.
We have 3 SDA projects. We have a SDA project which comes with 5-star amenities. So that caters for the high-end client who is used to having the 5-star amenities and luxurious lifestyle. And then we have also another project which is near the sea. It will be offering diverse prices, and obviously by the sea you have some properties which would, in the higher floors, which would have the sea views, and obviously all the amenities of restaurants and the beach. And then the third project we have is near the harbor, the main harbor of Gozo. And this one is a special project because it's got a history, background, there's historical buildings inside it, and it's got fantastic channel views. And within this project, one has a variety of apartments or even villas. Oh, wow. So there's a choice. There's a choice. For a small island, we do have a choice. But as Michael said, these type of quality projects would put Gozo on another higher level, which we always want. We don't want quantity, but we do want quality.
But you still have Maltese buying into these.
Of course.
Yes, definitely.
Yes, they do.
I think foreigners can buy as many properties as they want in
an SDA.
In an
Yes,
SDA,
that
yes,
is the
an
purpose
SDA.
of an SDA, because it is a special designated area where a foreigner who is non-European even can buy more than one property in that.
No, looking forward, I think these SDAs definitely will create the next opportunity that we need.
So it keeps the level up, and it gives you a lot of
Like
variety.
that, we're targeting all the segments
Yeah.
of the industry.
Were there any final comments before we close?
We would like to thank you for giving us this opportunity to promote our island.
We're always very happy to talk about our beloved Gozo. It's a hidden gem, and we're very happy to share it with other people. But
That's great. That's what we're doing here. Yeah. So, I mean, to summarize, Gozo is very sought after. There is variety of choice from any walk of life. Foreigners, locals are buying in abundance, over 50% of the market, and SDAs are on the rise, and they're giving that extra level where we are attracting a different kind of client as well.
We Gozitans, you know what we say? If Gozo was good enough for Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt to live in, it should be good for everybody.
I would agree, I suppose.
I can top that one. I would agree.
So, thank you for joining me, Michael.
Cheers.
Edith.
Okay.
See you next time on the Real Estate Conversation.